Now that that is done, it's time for another scary story. This time, and this is totally not a Jeff the Killer inspired self-insert thing. This is called Charlie the Killer. Jeff is... we're starting off talking about Jeff?
Yes, clearly not an inspiration.
Jeff is nearly 18 now, and meeting Jane the Killer was a big thrill for him, as she died a tragic death from, quote, falling down the stairs, unquote. But this didn't stop his psychopathic ways. Charlie was going through a rough bullying stage at school, and was beginning to get depressed and hearing voices on her head.
Head on, slide directly to the forehead?
I guess. They were telling her to do stuff. She just put them to the back of her mind and carried on with getting shoved in lockers and beat up in the girls' bathroom. She heard the voices screaming at her until one day she snapped and listened to the voices in her head and pulled out the copper piping from the wall. Holy shit, she's strong. And stabbed her bully to death, then licked the blood off the pipe. Got She-Hulk over here.
How did she stab with a pipe? Unless it, like, broke off at a...
I think it was like that one part in Commando.
Don't lick that, you'll get tetanus.
Lit up some Steve Bennett.
She leaned near the bully's body and whispered, "Now you know how I felt when you called me ugly and said I was too fat." Getting stabbed with a pipe, really? And said I was too fat to meet anyone who'd like me and that I was a whore who should kill myself. Huh? After...
I know this is a weird thing to question, but why would you make fun of someone for saying, "Oh, you can't, you won't be with anyone," but then call them a whore? Isn't that a little contradictory?
Yeah.
Well, then again, bullies, I don't know.
After she realized what she had done, ran away. She didn't feel bad about this. Actually, she was quite glad. She wanted to do it more. So Charlie went out. She killed more people just because she liked the feeling of knowing she wasn't in fear anymore. Yeah, that's totally justified. Charlie was never a mean girl, I beg to differ. She'd always just sit there and take the crap. She had beautiful eyes with brunette hair.
But all the bullies called her ugly.
But she started wearing really dark makeup and dyed her hair black, of course.
Oh, she went through a goth phase.
This is the part where she decides she wanted to look like her Gaia Online avatar. She'd read the Jeff the Killer stories and looked further into this as Jeff was her inspiration. She went on and started doing what Jeff did. She used to say, "Don't go to sleep. I want you to feel the pain I went through." Original character, do not steal.
Crawl again, my crawlies crawl, they will not crawl.
Then she would pull out their guts and burn them in their own stomach acid.
Wait, what?
So, just like Creepypasta haggis?
Sure.
Watching as blood would fly everywhere. Charlie became the talk of the town. One day she went on a search for Jeff the Killer. She looked everywhere, hoping that one day they'll meet. And Charlie finally met Jeff. Jeff looked at her.
That was easy.
Yeah, really. He didn't say a thing. Sorry, this is a bit of a longer one. His eyes were locked onto hers. And they were beautiful. No. He walked up to her and brushed her hair behind her ear and kissed her on the cheek. It's one of those stories. Charlie blushed and questioned Jeff. "Why do you like someone like me? I'm just a fat, ugly whore." Jeff looked down at the floor and then looked up at Charlie again. "You're the most beautiful person I've ever met, and you're not fat, ugly, or a whore," Jeff spoke. "I think that we should be together, as I've heard a lot about you and I was fascinated." I should just start calling her Mary the Sue at this point. Charlie started blushing as Jeff grabbed her cheek and brought his lips close to hers. She pushed away. Why did you push me away? Don't be scared of me, please, Jeff said as they stood down an alley in the rain. Jeff, you don't know what I've been through. All I do is push people away. What?
What?
Charlie whimpered as tears started streaming down her face. I will always love you no matter what happens, Jeff said, wrapping his arms around Charlie.
Wait, is that a creepypasta power that she pushes people away? Like,
No!
No, she got bullied and then killed a bunch of people.
I was being sarcastic.
I have the urge to kiss you, but I feel as though if I do that, you'll just leave me. My father left me after violently beating me and my mother. Does every fucking OC have to have the story of, like, violent parents and being bullied?
Yes, so we can feel sorry for them.
I don't want
Yeah,
to.
because being bullied excuses all negative actions in the future.
I don't want to
plus
fall in love
being
with
kissed-
you, as then I'll have to trust you, and I don't want to end up killing myself like my mother. Charlie began to explain. I will never hurt you. You're the most precious thing to me. I've been waiting to meet you as soon as I heard about you. It's almost over. After being with each other for 2 years, Jeff decided it was time that Charlie and him should get married. Who's gonna perform the marriage?
Slenderman!
Sure.
Yeah.
Charlie, Jeff leant down on one knee. Will you do me the honors of becoming my wife? Jeff opened up the case to see a gorgeous ring with little diamonds going round the edge. Yes! Charlie squealed in joy. Yes, I will marry you. As tears of joy streamed down both of their face, they went back home. A week before the wedding, Charlie sits down at the bottom of the bed and begins to cry. I think crying's just her superpower now. What's wrong? Jeff curiously asks. I'm pregnant, Charlie cries. What? Jeff says surprisingly. I'm 13 weeks pregnant. I was going to tell you before, but I didn't want to make a big fuss and then we lose it. Charlie, this is great news. And that's the end.
And then they had many kids that worked.
Danny, remember that Crappypasta story that
Yes.
you drew all the pictures for? That was
Yeah,
basically
I was just
this.
thinking about that.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing. You were trying
That
to.
was wait, what? That was inspired by that?
No, it was. I have a
Well,
feeling that was
stories like
inspired by
that.
stories like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Because they had creepy babies and then spent their time twerking, or whatever the story was.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
love
was trying
drawing those.
to. That's what I was trying to reference.